What's up guys, welcome back and welcome to some Assetto Corsa. Now today we're going to go all the way back to the 1920s, 1923 to be specific. We're going to be driving this thing. It's a DELARGE. Now this was a request from Andy Gorman. Now massive shout out to Andy Gorman, great support of the channel, always comments, I love reading them. But this is BREMGARTON. Now these are mods from a guy called Nice Cup of Tea. Now these are really done. They're really well done, I think. They're very believable. Oh, I've just whacked the wall there, like, that didn't look very good though, but just check these things out, like, they're not very fast at all. Like, you're topping out at about 105 miles an hour. I don't exactly know how much horsepower we've got. We'll check that out next. Yeah guys, a little bit of an introduction. We're going to go back to the 1920s, so let's quickly check out the model. So there it is guys, the 1923 DELARGE. Now this has got a 2 litre 24 valve V12. It's got about 105 brake horsepower. Oh, I've just forgot. It weighs about 740 kilos. I'm just forgetting the horsepower. I've just had a look, but I've totally forgot. But look at them wire wheels. It looks like a train, doesn't it? Like a missile. Look, it looks like a missile going backwards. Great looking, these cars from like these old school cars, but look, you can see like the gearbox there. So it had a normal gearbox. It looks like it's got a normal pedal setup as well, which I'm quite impressed with. From what I can see, yeah, there you can see the 3 pedals if you just look closely there. So it's got a clutch, a brake, you can see the transmission tunnel. Great, nice cup of tea is the guy who made these mods, but oh, look at it. It is a beautiful car though, isn't it? I do love driving these older style cars. Let's quickly check out the interior before we get going. So I wonder if one of them's like a handbrake. Like, honestly I haven't got a clue. This is way before my time. You know, look at the dials. Looks like the dials look like they're off a train or something, don't they? But yeah guys, we're going to do 4 laps at BREMGARTON. Put your sim belt on. Let's get over to Switzerland. Right guys, the lights are up. Give it a rev, that V12 boost. Right then, the lights are up. Right then, let it rip. A 2 litre V12, it's not the fastest thing in the world. It's actually got 110 brake horsepower. It doesn't weigh much, it's only like 700 kilos, but anyway, we're going to check out that Bugatti. That's another great car, that Bugatti. That thing blows fire out your balls. It's crazy. Anyway, we're getting a good start. But it's just not very fast, but very bouncy, isn't it? I wouldn't have thought the suspension would have been very advanced. Anyway, all we've got, I don't know what's what, but there's one of them's a rolling pillion, I think. There's a Fiat, supercharged Fiat, and there's a few of them. There's about 6 cars altogether. I will put a link in the description so you can go and get them yourselves. Oh, great feeling through the force feedback there. Really feel. What I do love about the Assetto Corsa is that I just feel you've got a great connection to the front tyres. Oh, that was a little bit wide. I do that every time. Every lap I do that. Anyway, that lovely rumble, it has got a nice rumble on the power into 3rd. Right, just easing on the throttle, just feathering the throttle around here. I've got the track, it's on dusty as well, it's old and dusty, so there's no grip at all on the track. Oh, force feedback felt lovely from there. But you can really like feel that it's on very skinny tyres, you know, you really get a great sense of like that you're on skinny tyres. But the force feedback's really well done actually, like getting all the right information. I can feel the car starting to go into an oversteer when I'm coming through there, but what a hoot. This is what's great about the Assetto Corsa though, you know, like you can pretty much get a mod for all types of racing, like pretty much every year's covered, you know. You can go and do there's some really great old stuff like this, you know, in this BREMGARTON track. This is some tracks from Fat Alfie. It's done to a really high standard. I love Fat Alfie circuits, like these aren't done with laser scan or anything like that. I don't know how he does it, I just think they're done from photos, but it's a very believable version, you know. This is probably the best version of BREMGARTON that you can get on a Assetto Corsa. Right, you've got to get on the brakes so early. Probably could have braked a lot later there actually, into 3rd, get the nose in, and feel the car starting to wash out, but I've got the AI on 100% as well. That might be a mistake, I'm not exactly sure, but over the top of the crest, revving it out, 95 miles an hour, into 4th. It's got a 4-speed manual gearbox. pretty, imagine going this fast though in the 20s, you know, you would have felt like you were absolutely flying, wouldn't you? But your heart still, 100 miles an hour is pretty quick. Anyway, a little lift, chucked into the king, I feel the tyres flexing, it's like the tyres are folding over up the hill. Really don't get a sense of that, like that being a hill there and other cars, like you're really doing this, but you've got to get on the brakes very early here. This is the trickiest part of the circuit, I feel. Like I'm on the brakes, flat, fully on the brakes there, and eventually the car starts to slow down, right, and feed that power in nice and gently, and light the rears up. You hear that V12 there, it's got a really nice deep bassy growl to it actually, I like it. Revving it out into third, about 85 miles an hour. That's pretty much one lap done at BREMGARTON. Oh, we're going to go up the inside with a few, and that red one's a Fiat, I think, into fourth. Absolute flat chat over the line. Oh, little lift, tiny little bit of understeer starting to build up actually there. Right, we're going to have to get on the brakes nice and early here. I want to sail about the 200 mark, right, nice and early on the brakes. The brakes are pretty much non-existent, like, chuck the car in, feel the car go all light as you go into there. Oh, lovely stuff. Very bouncy here, like, you really feel a car, whoa, bloody hell's bells. You really feel a car bouncing about on its suspension there. Right, a little bit of oversteer action if we come over the hill there. Right, blip it down into second gear. Right, then try not to hit the wall. Oh, that was a little bit better that time, wasn't it? Right, then revving it out into third. Nice. The EI seem like they're at a pretty decent level actually. They don't feel like they're too much faster than we. They feel like they're at a nice competitive level, but look, we're just snaking it in there. Wow, I really do feel like I'm on the ragged edge in this car all the time. Like, you've really got to be on your toes. Like, when you get used to driving all these modern F1 cars with all that downforce, and you come back and drive something like this, it really does put your actual driving skills to the test, because you really do have to drive these cars, you know. Like, there's no like flappy padded gearboxes or like big wings to give you grip. Oh, look at the oversteer there. Like, everything you're doing is you in the car. Very manual experience, and sort of that's my favourite type of car to drive. Like, I like the type of cars where you have to work for it to get the best out of it, and that's what this is really showing a great example of. Anyway, a little lift into there, you can see all the leaves on the inside of the track there, can't you? That looks great. We're in 5th position though somehow. We're actually doing quite well. Into 4th, right, we're going to get on the brakes nice and early here, right, blip it into 3rd, because I like this, quite a fast corner this. Try doing it in 3rd. Oh wow, that was threading the needle there. On the limit. Right, then revving it out. I was going to look behind me, but there's a look. Oh, we've got a little bit of space behind us, so we can relax in that sense. But there's 100 miles an hour. Right, then you're pretty much flat out down here. I've been flat out. I just hope we've got enough fuel in the car. I did put a little bit extra in, but anyway, lift off it. Oh, into 4th and just wind it in. Wow. Right, then coming up, I know there's a big braking zone coming up down here. Like, they're flat out into there right now. I'm going to get on the brakes now, flip it into 3rd. On the brakes pretty much full now. You can see the car's barely slowing down, is it? Out in the 1st gear. Oh, lost the rear there. Right, and get the nose turning, and on the throttle, feed it. Now we're flat into 2nd. Oh, that's a very tricky corner to get right, actually, that one, like, very tricky. Anyway, so far so good. Into 3rd. Glasses are starting to steam up, so that's a sign that we're working, guys. We're on it. What a blast this is though, you know, like, it's a great fun little car to drive. It's like, you can really drive it on the limit, right, flat out into there. Oh, absolute flat chat there, flying. There's 108 miles an hour, 110, right, we're really going to have to hit the brakes hard in a minute. Right, let's go nice and early, about now, on the brakes hard, grip the throttle down to 3rd. Throw it in, wait for the front to bite, and there you can get back on the power. Then you can rotate the car actually quite nicely on the power. Decent. It's a lot more drive. Whoa, bloody hell. Whoa. On the raggedy edge through there or what? But it's a lot more drivable than what you'd actually think, but it's very, very believable down to 2nd gear. Oh, didn't hit the wall again. Well, seems like we've got that corner a little bit sus now, doesn't it? Into 3rd. Can we get any more places though? Like, can we get on the podium? I highly doubt it. Like, it's just a quick 4-lap race, but these are quite long laps at BREMGARTON, so I just put on 4 laps. It'll be about 15-16 minute race. You know, it's just a nice amount to get a good taste for these cars. But I tell you what, if you've done like an hour long racing or something like that in these type of cars, it would be very tiring, because you really are working for it. Oh, I thought I'd overshot it. Rear end steps out. Just caught it with the throttle there nicely, though. Oh, what that just Assetto Corsa, you know, it's nearly 10 years old. It's been out like 8 years or something. It's when you've got all the shaders patch and all that installed, it really does. It feels current. It feels like it's modern day title. You know, it really does. But what a great little race we've got going actually. But like, I really do feel like we've got a similar pace to these guys at the front. Looks like there's a Bugatti, a couple of Bugattis ahead of it. Anyway, a nice tight line there. Decent, not bad. I'm absolutely flat though. I am really trying now. Right one, getting the brakes nice and early. On the brakes, flip it into third, throw the nose in, wait for the car to bite, then ride it out on the power. Nice. That's the way you do that, like. Absolutely brilliant stuff. Right, and flat out, let's go flat. Didn't lift at all into fourth. A flat shifted there as well. I'm surprised we didn't get an overrev on the engine, but look on it here, absolute flat chat. 110 mile an hour, that's pretty much the fastest we've had so far. We'll have to lift out and blip it into third. Maybe we could have gotten that in fourth, I'm not too sure. We might try and get that in fourth on the final lap. Right, absolute flying. Right, we've got some big brakes coming at the bottom here. Right, then it's getting big brakes now. Blip it into third, blip it into second. Right, then hard on the brakes. It's actually quite hard to lock the brakes up, because the brakes haven't barely got any power. Right, then revving it out into second. Nice. Oh, we've got a great little battle going on here though. I'm not exactly sure what that is in front. I think it could be a rolling pillion. Guys, I do get a lot of stuff wrong, you know, like, I really do, but never mind. Guys, if you do comment, which I love it when you comment, I will definitely get back to you within 24 hours. Like, sometimes just the way things work out, I can't comment straight away, but I promise I will get back to every single one. I will return. Anyway, on to the final lap. Right, hard on the brakes. Blip it down to third, throw the car in, riding on the throttle. There's a lot of throttle control actually in this car. A lot more than what I would have thought before driving it. Oh, look at that man on the wow. It's so bouncy through there. Oh, I thought I went wide and hold my breath and everything going through there. Right, and on the brakes, this is a tricky little corner. This blip that throttle down to second. Oh, that was pretty much on the raggedy edge there. Right, rev it out into third. But what I am impressed with here is the AI and the skill level. Like, I thought it was going to either be a mistake, you know, like, I thought they were just going to tear off into the distance and leave up for dust, but that's generally not the case, is it? We actually do well. Oh, you can see how much more confident we're getting on the car though. I'm getting so much more confidence in the car the more I drive it. Anyway, we've got wheel action. Hold that inside line, flip the throttle down to second. Get the nose in, because he's still there. Feed the power in nicely. He's still there on the outside, look. Oh, yes! This is great stuff. Right, get back on the inside on the brakes. Flip the throttle. Come on, get the Bugatti. Nice. You can see him leave the door open for there. Go back on the power nicely. Revving it out. That 2 litre 24 valve V12 from 1923. We'll go up the inside of the Bugatti. Oh, yes! Oh, we've done him that. He's somewhere there. I think he's right in my blind spot. Oh, this has got bad written all over it, hasn't it? Right, revving it out into fourth. Where is he? Oh, we've done him, man. Yes, into third. We are on the podium. Can we hold this position though? Right, hard on the brakes. Blip the throttle. Oh, nice little crack from the overrun. Oh, threading that needle. We've done it. Yes, the Bugatti's pretty close behind me though right now. Let's go flat out down here. Right, revving it out into fourth, absolute flat chat in a 1923 car going over 100 mile an hour. That's actually pretty scary, isn't it though? It's really pretty scary. Oh no, the Bugatti's coming back the inside of it. I can sense him. We're gonna have to let him go. He's there, he's gonna squeeze with. Oh my god, he's done with. So we're not on the podium. I've lost the car. Wow, I just held it there. The Bugatti got some speed from somewhere. I don't know where he got that extra speed from. Went to fourth, but there's another one. Right, I'm going to get on the brakes nice and early. So we're not on the podium, but he's going up the inside. We're going to have to block that line. Nice. Right then. Right, a little bit of oversteer. Riding it out. I don't think we're close enough to get the Bugatti though, but wow, what a great final lap that was, wasn't it? What a hoot. That's some great racing going actually there. That's the Assetto Corsa AI actually can be really good sometimes, you know. Right, we've done him. 4th position, I'm actually really happy with that. Yes, what a blast. A real blast from the past. Right guys, let's just check out these crazy classic cars. Now wow, what a race that actually did turn into, that final lap. You know, it was actually quite impressive the way that Bugatti like come back up the inside where I just totally wasn't expecting it, but what a great little car, you know. Like, I will leave the links in the description, go and download it yourselves, you know. This was actually a request from Andy Gorman. He wanted to see this car track combo, you know, so we got wheeling with it, and wow, what a great request it was, Andy. Well done. That was actually, what a blast. But you know, like the car, like you can really tell that it's on them skinny tyres, you know. Like it has got quite a bit of understeer, like, but like you can really manage it with the throttle. Like it's very adjustable on the throttle. Like when you're coming out the corners, like you can actually light the tyres up pretty easily, which that's expected. Like, but what a great track combo that is. Yeah guys, I'll leave you with the rest of this lap or so. Thank you so much for watching. One love yous and leave yous. Peace from the northeast. Toodles.